Trigger warning scars. I just wanted to. I've posted about this multiple times, so you can skip this if you'd like. I just wanted to, for Mental Health Awareness Month. It's a very important topic, and so many people. There are so many diagnoses and everything, all sorts of things you can struggle with. I got very unlucky with certain things, just facing everything. But I just wanted to remind you that things you've got to ignore, not ignore, everything you feel is valid just about. I mean, so many I don't know how to say this. So much of what you feel, it makes sense. Different struggles are usually very valid and deserving of being taken seriously and everything. But I just wanted to say that, the worst times are not eternal, you know, generally. I will say, of course, there may be some diagnoses and stuff. It's like you're going to have this and it's not going away. Of course, I have that. And, certain things like there's chronic pain, there's all sorts of stuff you can have where it can get worse and everything. But there will always be good times and like moments or days or a good week just full of pleasant times and everything. There can be all sorts of things. There's hobbies, collecting and everything. I'm not trying to tell people. I do every once in a while when I'm not feeling well. Like I lost. Even just that, like just feeling lonely. Having people block me or leave me on Instagram and stuff, and just being proven time and time again that I'm not that likable for the most part. For the average human, like I can be very off-putting, and I feel like because of just some of my closest friends dying and stuff, being involved with drugs or depression and everything, like I'm just so desperate to cling on to like whoever may be out there and everything. And I also I develop crushes very fast and they're very intense and everything and all that. But yeah, like things have improved for me so much though. Like even with that, but like yeah, oh, what I wanted to say though, with that and then with the reminder of my friend, I had the memory on Facebook of my friend dying and I had made the little guitar song for him and stuff. But that just made me, it's just, I will say, I don't have a problem. I don't even have a credit card. I might want to get good credit, but, and I could probably keep that as a smart thing, I don't have any credit. I've never had a spending problem, but I do like to get stuff. I mean, what can I say? It can feel good to be like receive something related to art and media and stuff, just, interests, hobbies and everything, just to receive something new. Whether it doesn't matter, like it's fine. I mean, materialism and everything. It's not this. You don't have to have this egotistic like ego loss. It's sort of like a paradox how you can feel so full of yourself by feeling like you're so selfless and you don't need material possessions and stuff. And that's fine. If that's what you want, that's beautiful. The different cynic philosophy and different things. Like you can, I think it is very important to practice that, to practice gratitude and to feel okay. Just, even sometimes I feel, I'm kind of on, we all go through different things. Sometimes I'll just have a cat in my lap and I'm like, this is all that I need. I don't need, to have human friends and to feel connected to other people. And I mean, it is like pretty much a necessity for humans to connect with each other. It's very healthy. But also, you live longer just patting a cat, and the cat lives longer too. Just that neurotransmitter release. It's a symbiotic relationship and everything. But yeah, I just thought of that the other day. It's just like I'm with a cat and I'm just listening to music and just laying down and I'm just like, this is like all I need. Sometimes it feels like that. But as you can see, yeah, I fill my room with artwork and different things that I love. So, there's nothing wrong with that if you're having a bad day, if you just feel like, whatever. I don't have real chemical clinical depression like that. I get down, I get my natural downs with, I've been dealt a shitty hand in numerous ways, but again, it could always be worse. I want to just have that multifaceted approach where you realize how much you have, but also just you can recognize. Like, I mean, I could write like a fucking, if I felt like it, if I didn't feel like it was just some weird thing, I could probably help people out in different ways and write like a memoir or something. I've had a whole bunch of garbage things happen, and just dealing with it's just like how does so many things just keep happening? But I know some people that actually believe they've been cursed in different things. I mean, I don't I've never seen evidence of different things like that. I'm not really sure that that's I don't it just sounds kind of like BS. I'm not sure, like, how can a human, I don't, even with altars and stuff like that, with like different witchcraft or whatever, like saying that you can like alter the universe's laws in order to like give someone bad luck or hex them or whatever. It just sounds like BS. I mean, that would be kind of weird if that was a reality. Like, what sort of entities, what sort of deities allow that sort of shit? I don't think that that's, real. That's just another topic. That's just a weird thing. But it is very odd though, like the amount of different things, and it's just one of those things. I'm not a perfect person, but it's just people, be like, well, maybe it's karma. It's like, dude, maybe it's like some forgotten past life karma, because like I try my best, like, to have a hero sort of mindset and to like really be have empathy and be considerate and respectful. And yeah, there have been times where I lose it and I freaking, somebody will be a dick to me and I'll be a dick back to them and stuff. Of course, they reacting to things and everything, but I really try. I really have a serious, like, I well, it's kind of like a funny thing because it's like mis- misan- mis- misanthropy, but also like a combination of that and like loving everyone, like wanting everyone to feel well and like unite, but also just having like this like loathing of the ways that common neurotypical just mean spirited humans do things. Like I see so much humans. It's funny. It's like the yin and the yang. I see so much. There are so many, and I don't want to just divide us into types of people, like who believes what. Like I see like a light in humanity, but I also just see like it's just there are so many bullies and just people being acting like garbage, and it's disheartening and everything. But yeah, like I love all creatures. I mean, everything is connected, and we should do our best to just treat things well, like treat others, like the golden rule, in different ways. And then Confucius, I think his was, I mean, it's like a universal thing. It's been said in multiple languages, so many languages, like a very basic thing, like, and you should extend the golden rule to all creatures that can feel, right? That's the way I feel. But yeah, Confucius, what was it? Do not. Well, I mean, obviously, it's not a perfect translation, but do not impose on others what you would not wish for yourself. It's a little bit better that way because it's not saying do unto others how you. Because some people like to be. Some people are masochistic and stuff, or is that the word? Yeah, like to be, so it's not really treat others as you wish to be treated. It's just that if you really, it's treat others as they wish to be treated within reason, right? But anyway, I'm here anytime. I'll always listen. I'm not good at conversation. I seriously am not a social butterfly. I'm like inept with socializing, but I'll listen and I might have some good ideas, or like, try to just say, hey, what you're feeling makes sense and you deserve to feel it through, but also just remember that things can improve. Like, again, I'm living proof of that. I had some serious, I mean, this is more a specific thing with like psychosis that's just, going to be the rest of my life, and it may get worse and worse. But it's also very interesting, there's yin and yang to things, because it's just, I'm on my medication. Without my medication, I would not be able to function properly. I think it helps with autism stuff too, just antipsychotics. And it has little side effects, but sometimes it's totally necessary, and it's so worth it because Like, I really wish more people that are quote unquote all natural would believe that. And you know, it's funny. Some people are all natural, but they'll do LSD as if that's not like. I mean, yeah, again, it comes from like fucking plant and fungal stuff, but it's still synthesized. Much like so many things, like benzos, I think there are. It started in a plant, and then they were like, "Oh, this is very similar to this, so we'll do this." There's lots of things, and I mean, you can't just create something from nothing, right? I mean, yes, there's synthesis, and you can change. I mean, it's pretty amazing, obviously, like what you can do. Like this, do all these processes, and this will turn into a totally different thing that will have different effects. So, I mean, yeah, it's not. I guess there is sort of something from nothing, but not exactly nothing, right? But anyway, sometimes medication can really help. It's totally valid, and the whole all natural crowd doesn't know what they're talking about because certain times really. I mean, seriously, like why would a flu vaccine? You're gonna like. Would you rather miss like a week or two of work? And I'm not trying to say everything is boils down to productivity, but like still, you don't want to feel like shit. You can boost your immune system and you know in the right way and save time and just get antibodies the right way and everything, but different things like certain things. I mean, even like in food and everything, certain things are used to keep things, you know I mean, even like meat eaters cook your meat. It's not like you're just like, there's certain. I mean, I know that's much more an old school process. Just you could use a flame and heat it up to where it's going to digest properly and you'll get the nutrients and all that. But still, I mean, it's not. You're not. I don't really think you're like all natural unless if you're just like eating stuff out of the ground without cooking it and, all that hunting to survive. And you don't need that. But, I mean, it's kind of another thing, kind of with like the simple lifestyle. Like, I see it's kind of cool to think of like living off the land and everything. I see that, yeah, but I am very blessed and I'm glad to live in a place where, all sorts of things can be, all sorts of cuisine and art and everything again. But yeah, Mental Health Awareness Month. There are all sorts of things we should. I think that it should be sort of like there should be more courses and things like that. Really learn. If I would have known about autism and like the spectrum and all the things, goddamn, dude. If I knew that when I was in like middle school or something, like, geez, if other people knew that and other people weren't such dicks and shit, like all sorts of stuff. But and then maybe 16, 17, I started having the paranoia and everything. And there is more linking cannabis abuse to that. Not necessarily saying that smoking weed is going to give it to you, but if you do have it, it can unlock it more than likely. And yeah, cannabis was sort of like a band-aid for all sorts of things. And I probably would have had an autism diagnosis had I not been so obsessed with like, oh, this seems like such a cool thing. And it's just like, hey, I mean, the past is the past. There's a chance that, what if without my mental struggles, without my empathy and just feeling for others and having that anxiety from, like, wanting to be good and everything, it kind of all goes together. Maybe it's good to struggle a little bit, but I don't want to encourage people to just don't. You got to know when things get too bad. Again, I'm not going without medication. I'm not with that. I'm not gonna force myself to struggle that way. I wouldn't be able to do shit. It would be dangerous. I've tried multiple times. Like in the past, and I'm never doing it again. Like, it's just not a good idea. I mean, what starts to happen? Even if I wean, even if it's like a slow process, and it's like, all right, finally, like, you start feeling like a little different and stuff, eventually it's going to come back and it's going to be fucking terrifying and it's just nightmarish. I mean, just imagine, fucking certain things like having, you feel like all these things are happening. It's like a devil's disease, I fucking call it. It's like you are convinced of so many things and things are so much darker than they really are. Or maybe you're seeing things that aren't that are actually happening that other people just can't see, or hearing things and all that. But I know a lot of it is fucking hallucination and bullshit. Like when I hear, the voice of one of my old friends outside, like talking about shit and just like giggling about how I've been fucking poisoned and shit. It's like, no, that's not really happening. And all sorts of things. I mean, there have been all sorts of things. And then sometimes it's just like a fucking crowd of voices. And it's just, you can't even. It's unreal. It's so weird. I still have, even with the medication, I do have. I've had this my whole life though. This isn't related. It's just another hallucinatory thing, unrelated to things. But I see stuff all the time, like even with the lights on and everything. I have like sort of like just rapid, sort of rainbow stuff that just goes off. It's like this sort of when you push your eyes too hard and stuff starts to happen. I kind of like that continues, but especially I can drive and stuff. I've got pretty good vision and everything, but still, like it's kind of just in the background. But when I turn the light off and I try to go to sleep and everything, my mind's eye really wanders, and all sorts of just rapid fire morphing hallucinations occur and everything. Sometimes they can be really cool, and it's like, holy shit, if I could just record what's in my brain and show people, I could make like the trippiest fucking surreal sci-fi, like fantasy horror, like weird shit. It's not always like that. Sometimes it's more mundane. And then there's all the weird shit when you have prophetic dreams. You dream the future. Like, what is that about? How does that work? Why is that happening? It's very odd. And then all the, that's not even schizophrenia. Like, it's just, it happens to, I've talked to people about that. Not everybody has it, but I'd say like the majority of people have that sort of thing where you see links between things, and there will be like a word or a color or a number or whatever, and it's just, there it is, there it is, there it is. Like one day, 5 different times, you read something from a book, and then something else like so like identical to it will happen, and it's like, how the fuck? Anyway, I don't want to freak people out and do. I mean, it happens, We don't know what's happening, and it's scary, but also kind of cool because it's like the infinite possibilities. It keeps us curious and wondering, and who knows? Maybe there's like, maybe there is eternal life. Maybe it's more than it can very much feel like. It's more than just the brain. But then you start to think about, if there is nothing else but this, if this is like a simulation or something, but when the brain dies, everything's gone. I can't even, I freak out. Just like, I can't even fathom. My mind is so busy that I can't even imagine like nothingness, just pure oblivion. Just, I know people say like, oh, it could be like when you're sleeping but not dreaming and stuff, but like when you're just totally oblivious to everything. But I can't even, like, it's just crazy to think about. Who knows? Anyway, yeah, feelings are valid. Different things happen. Different people have different struggles. We should be there for one another. Even if you, sort of have the misanthrope, however the fuck you say it. Different things where you're like, I don't know, humanity seems to fucking be dicks, but we've got to help each other, and everybody, you've got to fucking care, and you've got to fucking keep it to where you deserve comfort and everything. Anyway, love, I hope you have pleasant times.